Hey everyone, Bionic Kasai here, and today we're gonna do a little let's build of Kasai. So let's get straight into it. Alright, here's everything you'll need for his legs. So the original idea for Kasai dates back about to 2012. I had joined a writing website because I wanted to become a writer and I really like writing. So my original idea was I came up with this character named Blaze. And he was kind of based off me. He had brown hair like I do, and he had gray eyes, and he was sort of like a bounty hunter, kind of. And he was like a, what should I say? I guess a drifter in this like post-apocalyptic world. And so he kind of stayed that way for a little while, and I wrote a few chapters of that story, and then, I just didn't like it. It was bad. It was really cheesy and just kind of dumb. So after a while, I picked up the story again and I was going to write a book. I'm still going to. It's called Blazing Fires, and it's about Blaze. And his first name is Blaze, and his last name is Kasai. So a while back, in like 2015, I had this mock who I didn't have a name for, and he was, I liked him. He was cool. And so I decided to name him Kasai, based off of that character. And that's kind of how he started becoming my self-mock. Yeah, that story was about, like, Blaze is, like, this kid who becomes an assassin, and he's got, like, he can use this special type of, like, fire magic. And he basically becomes an assassin for this kingdom, and like the king hires him and everything, and he's a really important guy, whatever. But that's not the main subject. So we got the legs here. Let's move on to the torso. Or let's do the arms first. Alright, so here's what you're going to need for the arms. And funny thing about the arms, my friend Renzo pointed out a few days ago, like a week ago or so. I didn't cover the arms in Kasai's how-to, so guess here you go. But, so yeah, Kasai had a few variations. He had his first version in which he had no neck articulation, and he had really long arms like Bionicles tend to have. And then his second version, I kind of fixed the arms a little bit and gave him neck articulation in an overly complex fashion that could have easily been done way simpler. But, and then, so I had that version for a while, I think into 2016, like early 2016. And then I just, I think it was late 2015. And then I think I got tired of it. So I switched it out for a more basic, more CCBS focused, a Hero Factory looking version of Kasai. And he still had the gray How, which was okay. I liked the gray How, but I don't know, I feel like his current mask look works better. But so there's the arm. So it was it didn't take very long for me to get completely fed up of the more basic Hero Factory looking Kasai. I just thought it was like really ugly and really dumb. And I just wanted to make something better, so eventually I I was watching Shadow Gear and I saw his torso design for Circuit, and I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was cool, and it would work well on. Or I just kind of wanted to replicate it, and so I did what I could. He didn't have a how-to or anything, so I kind of like just looked at the pictures as best as I could. And I came up with Sona's torso design, if anyone remembers that mock. It was another android character. But so here's the arms. So let's move on to the torso now. So here are all the pieces you're going to need for Kasai's waist. So like I was saying, I built Sona's body, and that was based off of Shadow Gear's Circuit. And I liked it. I thought it could be very versatile, so I had recently... I like to do this trick of putting super glue on ball joints and moving them around to stiffen the joint. And I did that on Mirri when she had her first version, and I snapped the ball joint off of her ankle. So I was kind of forced to redesign her. So I gave her that torso design that I used on Sona and modified it so that it could have the chest. And then I liked that a lot. So I switched it over. I put it on Kasai because I had that same chest plate, but in chest plate and back plate, but in red instead of silver. And a lot of people thought Kasai looked a little too feminine with that, and I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did because I think it works really well. And that's the design that Kasai had for the most part, or still has for the most part. A few things have changed here and there. He's got added blue stuff on him, you'll see, especially in the torso. And he's got, I don't know, I feel like he's more complete. He's got extra like details and everything. But so yeah, apart from that, that's kind of like the development of Kasai. Both the mock and the sort of like the origin. Frick. Push that out. And sit in there. Come on. I'm very particular about how this piece sits. Okay, good. And now, alright. So, yeah, so the origin, so Kasai, he was going to have a G1 story, and he was supposed to be like the sort of tragic Toa who had no memory, and he washes up on Matanui, and like all the Toa Nuva died, and then like friggin' something about like Makuta and Matanui fight, and it like resets. I'll wait for this, but it like resets everything, and Jala, or like Kasai died, and then Jala put on his mask and became Kasai, and then like time reset, so then Jala Kasai was the one who was waking up on Matanui. It was really dumb and really weird, if you can't tell. Alright, here's everything you'll need for Kasai's torso. So, where was I? Yeah, so that was the gist of it. So yeah, this torso design is based off of Shadow Gear Circuit, as I said. And so back before G2 was canceled, I was planning on doing because I was writing Mask of Imitation, the book that happens during G2. And I was planning on doing an origin story for Kasai, a series that would be like stop motion and be origin story for Kasai. And I decided against that just because, I don't want to do stop motion. That'd be really difficult for me. I don't have the patience for that. I don't know. I just don't think it would be very fun for myself. But And so then G2 was canceled, and then I liked Journey to One, I liked it a lot, but I wasn't super satisfied with the ending. And I didn't really appreciate it, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to continue G2 myself. And so I made Chronicles of Darkness. And it took a little while to get built up a bit, but you know what? I mean, I guess it's really popular. I'm not entirely certain, but it seems like it is. People definitely seem like they like it. But, so yeah. Kasai, originally he was going to be, like, the son of, like, a goddess of fire, and he was going to be, like, he's going to have a sister, and she was going to be, like, a very not nice person. But I kind of scrapped that because it was dumb, and there's going to be too many sisters in Chronicles of Darkness. And I was also planning on writing a few books, so this is where some of those ideas are coming from, besides Mask of Imitation. But I kind of put that behind me. I don't want to write more friggin' books for Mask of Imitation, stuff like that, because, oh boy, did Mask of Imitation take way too frickin' long to write. Let me tell you. I was writing that from summer 2015 to about summer 2016, somewhere in there. And it was not fun. Like, I liked it a lot, but it took so long. It took so freaking long to write. It was ridiculous. So here's a little progress update. Here's what we got so far. Mainly the core of the torso, if you will. Okay, so let's get the ball joints, or the sockets on here. And okay, and then get these pieces. Right. And then this one, right. Yeah. Okay. And then put this on right there. And okay, there we go. Got the most of the torso. Alright, and then let's get the double ball joint shoulders put together. Put those right over there. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna do like an origin story, and then I just decided to continue G2, and Chronicles of Darkness started, and I kind of went with the idea of having the elemental gods as sort of like an explanation of who Makuda's talking about in Journey to One when he says, I'll take my rightful place among the gods. Like the gods are like Drovix and his people. So I wanted to explain that, and I thought, you know what? Everything's been about darkness so far, so God of Shadow makes sense. So I went with Drovix as the main villain, and he was gonna show up in the story anyway, or at least a very similar character called the White Knight, who was gonna be sort of like the Drovix type character. But I scrapped that idea in place for a much better idea. What do I do here? Shoot. Oh, frick. I don't know what I'm doing. I really do not know what I'm doing. Okay, that's how that goes. This is how this goes. It's a weird, like, custom T Technic thing. It doesn't seem like it'd be very stable, but it will be. Okay, then we put that right there, and we put this pin on here, and then this goes right there. And that holds that together. And then these fill in right here, and then these will attach the Hero Factory Ice Shield. So yeah, he was gonna be like the son of a goddess, and it was gonna be weird. And I was really inspired by Shadow Gear, if that wasn't obvious already. And I wanted Kasai to seem just like an average dude, because like I feel like that's how self-mock should be, you know, kind of based off of yourself, not like a perfect version of yourself, but more like, you know, real characters with real flaws and real, you know, all sorts of like issues and everything, whatever, you name it. I just thought that made a lot of sense, and it seemed, you know, and as a writer, it made so much sense, and like it led to so much more like storytelling stuff and everything. So I decided to go with that, and Kasai was going to have a lot of flaws. He was going to be, you know, a very kind of tormented character. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Shoot. Oh, okay, wait, maybe I did. Oh boy, oh boy. Oopsies. Okay. I think I did this wrong. I think this needs to be out of here. I'm gonna get yelled at in the comments, being like, oh no, Kasai, no, you're dumb. That's not how it's supposed to go. I watched the video. Well, you know what? I didn't watch the video before doing this, so excuse me for being underprepared. I'm also tired right now, if that wasn't abundantly obvious. Okay, I think that is correct. Pretty sure this is right. This looks right. It's not right. Frick. What am I doing wrong? Oh, okay, of course. Maybe, okay. I really hope that this is going to be right, because if not, I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to look like a big dumb idiot. You're all going to laugh at me. Okay, so let me figure this out, and then I'll get back into talking about stuff. This is not right at all. Hang on. Okay, I figured out the issue. I'm dumb. You can all make fun of me now. I am certifiably stupid. So this goes like this. These go here. So the thing is, I had the neck one too high. My bad for not remembering how to build my own self-mock. That's not good. Breaking pieces live. I'm not doing this. Okay, got a better one. Let's put this over here. Let's get this to focus. Yeah, I know this piece is cracked. I don't want to deal with it right now. It's not going to hurt anything. Besides the fact that I know it's cracked, and I hate knowing that it's cracked. Anyway, where was I? I was distracted by stupid being an idiot and building it wrong. So yeah, that was the evolution of Kasai. I know I'm retreading the same thing here, but Chronicles of Darkness, I wanted to fit in canon as much as possible, but I also knew that people wanted the Toa back. People were asking, like, oh, when are you going to bring the Toa back? Are we going to see the Toa in Chronicles of Darkness? So I feel like I kind of rushed the decision to bring the Toa back, but you know what? Whatever. What's done is done. Get over it. I think Chronicles of Darkness is still pretty good as is, and you guys definitely seem like you like it, so yeah, and it seems like people like Kasai, so I think making Kasai, you know, a more believable character, giving him flaws and everything, kind of basing him off what Shadowgear did, made and people really liked that, I think. I mean, they didn't know it was that was the case, but I feel like they really liked the decision. So let's get on to the head. And here's everything you'll need for Kasai's head. It's obviously really simple. It's a G2 head with a little added detail thing, but whatever. So yeah, I'm glad you guys like Chronicles of Darkness so much. I guess I can't say I've worked as hard on it as like I would have if it was a stop motion series. But, you know, all things considered, you guys seem to really enjoy it despite not being stop motion and despite, you know, like Thatch Mac doing awesome stop motion. I'm glad you guys didn't just like up and leave me after meeting Thatch Mac and be like, "Oh, this guy's better." Whatever. But so there's the head. Simple. This piece down back here is to stop the pop-off feature because it's annoying. So let's put it all together. Okay. So we just finished building Kasai himself. So let's get these legs on, or not on. We're not putting them on anything. Just stand, stay, you freaking little. All right. Pop this on. Pop this on. I remember I hit 800 subscribers just before the new year, and just what, 5 months in, I've hit 1,000, and I'm like, it's unbelievable, man. I cannot believe how quickly this channel's grown, especially since I started doing Bionicle stuff. And I guess I'm doing something right, because, I mean, just keeps growing, but, I mean, I know I'm not, like, making contests or anything, which would probably boost subscribers way more, but I want subscribers who are here for my content and not for prizes, you know? Unlike, but, you know, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys stuck around. I'm glad you guys enjoy Chronicles of Darkness, and I'm really lucky to have you all, honestly. Who would have ever thought that, someone, especially like me, getting into Bionicle this late in the game could have, not into Bionicle, into Biotube this late in the game, could have gotten to this point, especially after G2's cancellation, you know. That's when I guess I started really growing quite a bit. I mean, that's also when I did Chronicles of Darkness, but that's besides the point. Anyway, here's Kasai. Fully completed, no mistakes. He doesn't look dumb, or at least I don't think he looks dumb. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, if you see, like I said, he's got blue details. He's got these. He's got the pins under his feet. He's got the pins on his chest. He's got the blue details here, and the ones on the sides. He's got the blue stud back here. It's all pretty well hidden, but I like it. And he's got the blue pins over here in his arms. And I think it works really well. It's a nice complementary color, and it's just like little detail bits, but I love it. I think Kasai, people like Thatch Mac and Tokoto and everyone might disagree with me, but I personally think Kasai, as he is my best mock, and I think he always will be, honestly. I think he's my best character, my best mock, and I don't know, I just think he's awesome. Maybe that's just me. I mean, he is my self-mock after all, but I don't know. I'm super proud of him. And I don't think I'm ever going to take him apart. Well, besides building him in a let's build. But that's besides the point. Let's move on to his swords. They're pretty simple, but you never know. So, here's everything you'll need for both of Kasai's swords. Now, I know most people aren't like this, but I am really particular about how everything is oriented in Kasai's swords. So look at this. So, you take this piece, the Star Wars, come on, focus, come on, frickin', oh, it's gonna drive me mad. Can you friggin', oh my gosh, Oh my gosh. There we go. Jesus. So you take these, the Star Wars lightsaber handle pieces, and you take this bushing, and you put it like this. Just like that. Okay? So this is at this angle, and this is straight from it. Okay? And this will make a little bit more sense when I get into it. And this, the thicker end, has to be facing inward towards the hand. Okay? Now, on this side, take it, put it like that. Okay? And the axle like this. Okay? So there's one pair, and I will explain why. But let's get on the other pair. I like Kasai's swords a lot. I think they're not necessarily unique, but I think the idea of them, like they fold in just to the little hilts, is very nice, and I'm really thankful that Thatch Mac helped me bring that to life in both the intro and the Christmas special. He's helped a lot with a lot of stuff, and he's great. But he was the first person who ever really brought Kasai's swords to life and how they were properly supposed to be. But let's get Kasai over here and let's put them on his hands, or in his hands. So look at this. See the little button, little tab? That faces outward. Always. Always, always, always. And so does the other one. And then this faces away from the hands, to the sides, not back and forth. I don't know why, but I obsess over that. I hate it if it's not the right way. At least for Kasai. If it's a lightsaber, I don't really care. But, I mean, I do care, but not as much. But for Kasai, I definitely care. It has to be perfect. So yeah. Just put this right here. And it's right here. I'm really surprised that on camera I didn't do it wrong. But, just to make myself look like an idiot. But, that is Kasai. Let's give him a bit of a pose right here. Put his shoulders up. Oh yeah, he can shrug, which is the best part of this torso design and why I like using it so much. And I don't know, it just gives a lot of attitude to Kasai and to Miri and Scraps and everyone. So yeah, there's Kasai. Wow, we are running on 28 minutes. No one's gonna watch this, especially at 11:29 p.m. my time, which is East or West Coast time. Why am I so dumb? Anyway, I hope this helped clear things up with the how-to and just understanding Kasai a little bit better. But I don't know, I like him a lot. I think he's awesome. I'm gonna do a review on him pretty soon. And I think I might do more of these. I think I might do a Let's Build of Drovix, which is gonna suck because I friggin' hardly know how to build Drovix. I'm probably gonna have to use the how-to on that one. But yeah, so there you go. There's Kasai. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys, if you didn't build Kasai, if this was just a nice thing to listen to while mocking or whatever. But yeah. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for for sticking around and for supporting the series and the channel and just being awesome in general. I appreciate you all, and I'm really glad you're all here. I'm glad you guys you enjoy the content that I put out. So I'm Bionic Kasai, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Oh man, I'm freaking tired.